Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says he'll meet with U.S. President Donald Trump in Florida on Sunday as diplomatic efforts to end the Russia-Ukraine war intensify. The U.S. media outlet Axios reports that Zelensky is ready to hold a referendum on a potential peace plan that would allow Ukrainians to approve concessions now prohibited by law, such as conceding territory. Russia has occupied nearly all of the eastern Luhansk region and most of the neighboring Donetsk region. Moscow is insisting that Ukrainian troops withdraw from the portion they still hold. DW's Anna Pishemiska traveled there to speak to residents living under constant attack.
We are heading towards Kramatorsk and Sloviansk, the largest cities in unoccupied Donetsk. These anti-drone nets are a sign of the threat hovering nearby. These cities are now called fortresses and are part of Ukraine's defensive lines. The front line is only 20 kilometers away. But life goes on all the same. Even as first-person view or FPV drones fly overhead, 100,000 people still live here. It's no longer safe for trains to run, but cafes and shops still do. Locals say this isn't about resilience or heroism. It's simply everyday life in a frontline city. This space is one of the symbols of normalcy for Kramatorsk. Through its clothing line, the Zaboy team wants to show that Donetsk is Ukraine.
We are spreading the idea that Donetsk will be free, despite the fact that every day meters and kilometers of our oblast are being occupied. We still believe that in the future these territories will be returned.
Maxim is from Pokrovsk, currently a hotly contested city in Donetsk. In the summer, he and his team moved to Kramatorsk from Dnipro. For them, returning to the Donetsk region is like coming home.
It was symbolic for us. The soldiers who serve here, we told them it also supports them in the sense that it inspires hope that everything will be really okay.
But some others are choosing to leave. Though trains to Kramatorsk and Sloviansk stopped running in November, free buses run by the humanitarian mission Prolitska ferry people to the nearest station in Kharkiv.
It's scary. I can't take it anymore. I'm 70 years old, but I still want to live. I danced on my 70th birthday, but now my legs hurt. And it's all because of nerves.
We all need peace. I don't know how, but we need to end all this. How we end it doesn't matter. The main thing is to end it.
Not everyone agrees. Back in Kramatorsk, many residents balk at the thought of a Russian takeover.
Of course, I would not want us to be handed over to anyone. Let's hope that our military will defend us. I think not, no. I don't want to go to Russia.
It's a bad idea to give up the most fortified area we have in Ukraine, which has been fortified for 10 years, just like that, without a fight.
Putin won't sign anything. And all this is in vain. We need sanctions and weapons to survive.
Much of the economy of these cities is now supported by the military presence here. If Ukraine refuses Moscow's demands, experts say it could take years for Russia to occupy all of Donetsk. But after 10 years of war, Ukrainians here have become accustomed to not making long-term plans for the future.
Anna Marveeva is a senior visiting research fellow at the Russia Institute at King's College London, specializing in conflict and peace studies. I asked her what she makes of the 20-point peace proposal.
I think it's very much like some kind of general sketch of a proposal rather than something which they would imagine Russia would agree to. Because in order to create a demilitarized zone, it is a huge undertaking because you don't know where exactly what will happen. Now it is fighting is all over the place, as your report just said. Russia certainly is not going to agree to a temporary ceasefire and separation of forces, which normally accompany this kind of agreements within the UN. And they also want certainty. There has been a call, I think, earlier today between the Russian presidential aide, Yuri Ushakov, and the American side, and they discussed what were the signals given to the Russian negotiation team just before the Christmas in Miami and Florida. And they might be quite different because the plan which has been put forward by Zelensky, which he has published, doesn't really say that it is the actual Trump-endorsed plan or proposal. So perhaps there is much more to that. There is also a kind of double bottom. So we are seeing one of the twists and turns in this saga, but I have to say why Kramatorsk and Slavyansk are so very important for Russia, because in their thinking, that was the cradle of the original Russian Spring. In spring 2014, the Donbass rebellion, people did not like the change of government in Kiev, opposed Euromaidan, felt threatened, and that created that kind of movement which later spread and turned into full-fledged war. So that's kind of a foundational myth, if you like, of that current war. Also, there was a referendum which was organized on these territories. People did vote in it. Certainly, it was not recognized by the government in Kiev or international community, but it was a referendum. And so from Moscow's point of view, they think that they actually have constituency there, that there will be enough people who would support a Russian cause.
That was Anna Matveeva from the Russia Institute at King's College, London.